Hey folks, this is Dusty with Rusty Reels, and that's my trusty Scruffy, and we got a special reel we want to show y'all today. Yeah, this is a Pfluger reel. It's an older non-casting reel. I think they call it a drop reel, but I'll give you the description here in just a sec. Akron, A-K-R-O-N, model number 1893. On the box it says it's a level wind, and it's anti-backlash, scarlet jeweled, quadruple multiplying. I think that's your gear ratio. That is 4-to-1 gear ratio. Then it's polished diamond light, polished diamond light, whatever that means. And it was made in the USA. So, and it's anti-backlash, which is weird because this unit does not have a release for the spool. It actually, when you throw the reel, the crank actually spins with it, so you have to have a lot of weight if you want. It's more of a drop. I think it's made just to intend to drop and jig with. So it's an older unit. I find interesting on this unit is the jewels on each end. It says it's scarlet jeweled, and what that is if you've ever seen a watch that has like a Rolex watch that it says 21 jewels, and what these are, they just most of the time they're synthetic jewels that reduce friction in when a little they're used instead of ball bearings. The pins are pushed up against that, and instead of going metal to metal, it goes metal to the glass jewel. Unfortunately, one of the jewels on this one is broken. It was probably dropped, and you can't tell that they're really glass or whatever they're supposed to be right there, and it's broken. So we're going to put this thing, we're going to take this thing completely apart and put her back together and clean her and make sure everything's good on that, and try to repair anything that we can. If not, we'll just go from there. Yeah, for some reason on the bottom of this had a B designator on the bottom of it. All right, we started our cleaning by pulling the reel off the crank. They call it the crank. We pull the crank off and the crank nut. Now that jeweled oiler thing they call a tension cup. You can put oil in it. It usually has a little like felt pad down in there that helps out a little bit. We pull all that. See, it hasn't been greased in a long time. That's just dried up grease and oil right there. As you see here, this is the quadruple, as it says in the job description, gears on it. The quadruple retrieval gears. I think it's just a 4-to-1 gear ratio. But with the quote-unquote crank as small as it is, it's really hard to do a quadruple 4-to-1 ratio. I would hate to catch something big with this reel just because of the actual crank, as they call it, is so small on it. And as you see through the whole reel, all the grease and oil is dried up. It's dry as a bone in this reel. So, like I said, we're going to stick it in the ultrasonic cleaner here in a moment and try to knock some of that dirt off, and then we'll grease and oil it back up. Now the ultrasonic cleaner, I only put like Dawn detergent or some grease cutting detergent in there. I don't put anything harsh or anything. I just never know what you're going to put in there that might disintegrate something that you really want. So it's just Dawn dishwashing detergent in a ultrasonic cleaner. Since this reel was built in the late 40s, early 50s, and monofilament didn't come out till the middle of the 1950s. So it was probably spooled with some cloth type braid, real thick line, and later put monofilament on it. So, as we continue on, this is what they call the real click. I think it's just a bait indicator or a strike indicator. If you leave that open, it'll and a fish hits it, you can hear it go click, 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 click. So as we move along, I always try to put my screws in order, and that way I know how they go back on. anything you take apart, make sure you take a video of it so we can get it back all right.
This is the broken oil retention cap. If you'll look down in there, you can see a little felt pad. This is a felt pad that was in it, and it was disintegrating. Fortunately, there was 2 of them, and I took one felt pad, put on one side, one felt pad, and put on the other.
All right, this is my little basket to throw everything in my ultrasonic cleaner, and this is what everything looks like once it comes out. Some of it still needs a little work, but for the most part, it does a really good job. These are the 2 little jeweled oil retention caps. You can see one is broken. That's the broken one, and you see the other one is actually cracked also. So they've both taken some hits. This is the crank. You see, that's what it looks like before, and this is your after on the crank. Just a little cleaning on it, and you see the little before with all the gunked up oil, and this is your after. So, and it turned out pretty good. So we're going to start reassembly now. There's really no rhyme or reason where you start on this. I just start trying to put the frame back in. You don't want to go too far on a lot of things, just to make sure you get the big parts in. And I really hate it when somebody makes a video and goes, okay, that's how you take it apart. Just reverse the way I took it apart. So we're going to try to show you. The worm gear, as you see here, once you put that little retaining gear in there, you have to move the worm around so it sits in place, and it'll drop on down. Once it starts working properly, it'll drop down, and you just put the cap on top of it. And these are your quadrupling gear ratio gears. This is 4:1 gear ratio, and we're going to lube it up with the good old Eagle Claw grease. It's a pretty simple gear setup, and they all kind of drop back into place, so there's nothing big. And then just put the cap on and get ready to put the crank back on. All right, this is your final product. The unit was cleaned, and it should function properly. The most unique part about this reel is that that it's jeweled. I've never seen a jeweled reel like that. It's a 2 jeweled reel. The jewels are on each end, and unfortunately they're very breakable. That's probably why they've replaced them. If the reel is dropped on that on one end or the other, they'll crack real easily. So, but I think we did a great job on restoring this back to functionality. It can be used if you needed it to. Once again, it does have a little bit of drag because it was missing that one jewel on the end. If, like this old fishing reel that was tangled and worn and almost beyond repair, you and your heart are frayed from life's trials, spinning with no direction, Jesus, the master restorer, can take what is broken and make it whole, making your heart, like this restored reel, able to cast again with hope and purpose. If you get a chance, take your beautiful wife fishing. We're out of here. Thank you.